All right, guys, welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the expansion Boston Blazers. Another 70-ish win season, but I think this is the year we turn the corner. I know I've said that a couple years in a row here, but I really think this is the year. Even with a lack of money, I think this is the season. Our young players are starting to come to fruition. We made a couple of deals last year that I think are really going to help us going forward. Peyton Puckett was a beast after picking him up from Detroit. You can see he put up 157 OPS plus, 975 OPS, two WAR in 38 game start, hit 16 home runs. Marcelo Meyer came in, did a really nice job at shortstop for us as well. So I think, between, Cisneros is 22, Large is 25, Puckett is 25, Villars is 24, Germani's 23, Myers is 24, Jensen is 24. We have a super, super young lineup, 25, 26, 24, 25, 27 out of our starters. Hopefully McCade Brown and Aguirre come back healthy. We've got Ferruzzo, who's the number 7 prospect in baseball. He's in AAA right now. Hopefully we can see some development in the offseason. I think we are in pretty good shape. And it's just time to sim to the end of the playoffs. We've got Oakland, Tampa, San Francisco, Cincinnati in the wild card games. The Angels, the Royals, the Blue Jays, the Cardinals, the Braves, and the Dodgers, as per usual in the National League. Dodgers and Braves seemingly make it every single year. So Tampa beats Oakland. The Giants beat the Reds. So you got the Cardinals, the Giants, the Dodgers, the Braves. Blue Jays 1-up on Tampa. The Royals are up 2-0 on the Angels. So could be looking at a Kansas City, Toronto LCS. The Giants and the Dodgers both sweep. So you got the Giants and the Dodgers, a repeat of this year's NLC, or no, of the NLDS, I should say, the NLDS. So the Dodgers are up 3-2, Blue Jays are up 3-2, 3-3 out west. So the Blue Jays and the Dodgers in the 2027 World Series here, 2-2 right now. Dodgers are up 3-2, and do the Dodgers win it again? They do. So the LA Dodgers win the World Series, which is boring and typical. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The only thing you can do is beat them, right? That's all you can do is beat them. So, all right, so our score is a 338. Not great. Let's get our injured players back on to the roster. And, yeah, we have no money. We have no money. Let's see what our owner gives us here. He's happy we acquired Peyton Puckett. He's upset with our performance. Team payroll of around $50 million. Kevin DiStefano and Craig Biggio both retire. We don't have any of the top 10 prospects, but we had the number 1 prospect. So we have the number 2 prospect list in baseball right now. Cisneros and Villars are going to come off that list here shortly. So we have to hire a new bench coach and a new assistant GM, I believe, right? And I think it might be time to say goodbye to Mr. Jeff Bagwell. It was brought up in chat that maybe I should consider moving on from him. So that's something we'll do here in a second. See if we can find somebody that... what am I looking for? GM ratings. See if I can find somebody who... I guess we'll go here. None of this. I don't really care about any of this. GM really doesn't matter. David Forst. No, I don't like looking at that. I want to look at the... Yeah, this is what I wanted to look at. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh, firing Jeff Bagwell. That may be something we have to consider here. Chris Miniker. I would prefer somebody who actually here. Jason Casey. Favors on base. Actually, Ricky Bonus. Yep, Ricky Bonus. All right, we'll bring him in. Let's take a look at our bench coaches. Who wants to be a bench coach? Who can in-game handle development? We want somebody who's good at development and somebody who's good at talent changes. And so we want somebody who's good at all three of these if we can find them. Jason Bullard. Yeah, there's nobody who's great at all three, but I think Fred Lewis, who is outstanding, decent, and outstanding, I think that works. All right, so now let's look at hitting coaches and see if we can find somebody that can change things around for us here. Jose Molina. Average relationship, Raul Mondesi. Hal Morris, Carlos Quentin. Former White Sox, Aaron Rowand. Rubio. No, he's got a couple players down here. I really am looking for somebody who has either all excellent or good relationships with all of the batters is really what I'm looking for. Average or less, and we'll just stick with what we have because right now Bagwell gets along well with everybody. Okay, so Joe Dillon is a contact style hitting coach. Good and excellent relationships with everybody. Yep. Okay. All right, so we are going to bring in Joe Dillon as our Major League hitting coach, and that will be that. All right. And okay, so it's arbitration. So McCade Brown is easy because he doesn't want a lot of money because he keeps getting hurt. Thankfully, we'll be able to sign everybody to arbitration. My concern is going to be when we run out of money and we can't re-sign these players. That's the concern here. So Christian Little, can we sign any of these guys long term? So he wants 6'5", so 6, 9, 13. I mean, I can't imagine he's going to take a contract like this, but we'll see if there's any interest. I'll make that last year 20. 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 20. Yeah, he only wants the 1 year. All right, so he wants 6'5", so 6, 2, 5, 0. All right. What about Jackson? Does he want a long-term deal yet? No. He's 26. Can we lock him up? Nope. He only wants the 1 year. So 7-7 for him. Yeah, we're going to have to start to win really soon, or these guys are they're gonna reach the end of their arbitration, and we are not gonna be able to afford them. We're gonna be starting over, which I don't want to do. Juan Then is out for 5 months, but we will bring. Actually, we might trade him. Drew Compton. Let's bring him back. Marte could be gone here as well. Meadows wanted, what, 1.6? Yeah. So 1.525. Large only wants 1.1. Lopez wants 3.8, but I think he'll be my backup here at second and short. So 3.6. 3650. Oops. All So now, I mean, I don't know that trading Fen is. I mean, we'll see what we can get for him, but let's first see what we can get for Marte, because I think that's move number one here. Not much. Not much. But, I mean, it could just be a straight salary dump. I mean, that could be what we're looking at here. So, let's get rid of veterans. Oh, yeah. So, this is going to be a straight salary dump, which, you know, isn't great. I mean, his ratings have dropped. So, I mean, he's not even that good now. So, looking for somebody that, okay, so he's on a minor league contract. That might be the route we go, is just grab somebody who's on a minor league deal. And get the contract off the books. So that's what we're going to do. Not ideal. Not something I'm completely thrilled about. All right, let's drop tickets down to $23.50. Let's see if that brings people in. Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about the idea, but we needed the money, frankly. So that allows us to, I mean, we'll see what sort of offers we can get for Then, but, you know, not trading him for a worse version of himself. You know, like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, there are some decent options here, at least within the first couple of teams. Spencer Schwellenbach. What's his ARB number? 19. So his ARB number's about the same as Then, so that doesn't really help me. If he was making the minimum, that's a deal I probably would make. Dylan Eskew, no. Dax Fulton is out for 7 to 8 months. Richard Gallardo is out. Luis De La Rosa. Again, I mean, I'm not averse to trading him, but it's just a matter of you know, like this guy, Ryan Pepio. Well, he's 30. I don't need a 30-year-old rookie on my team. The Brewers are offering a few different players. Niall Windler. I don't like his movement. I mean, I guess in my ballpark, the movement's not as big an issue, but Max Lazar, no. Denny Larondo. Kyle Nicholas. Obviously, I'd prefer to go younger. I don't mind Schwellenbach. I mean, he's a pretty darn good player. But again, that doesn't really help me. How old's Then? So Schwellenbach's 27. Then's 27. 71, 50. Yeah, I mean, he's even... I mean, they're literally the same pitcher. Schwellenbach has some hitting potential as well, though. I'd rather get... He was a former... no, different save. Different save. I'm getting all my saves confused here. Alex Pederis, no. I mean, this is literally a trade to make a trade. So I think we're just going to re-sign him. So he wants 2-2, so let's offer him 2-1. And let's go back to ARB. Let's remove that ARB number. What's our bullpen look like next year? Yeah, we got a ton of pitchers. I think we're okay to let Doval walk. That saves us a bit more money. So let's go ahead and sim. Let's get up to free agency. Not that we can do anything in free agency. We don't have any money. But let's just get up to free agency. New hitting coach, Joe Dillon. formerly of the Birmingham Barons. He's a contact style hitter, but gets along well with all of our hitters, which is my only real concern. Ricky Bones signed as our assistant GM. Fan extension for one, fan reaction for one, then that's nice. Reaction for Isaiah Jackson, that's good. For Jody Large as well, so that's going to help our loyalty. Yep, loyalty's back up to a 63, which is good. I think we're going to be okay this year. I think we're going to be pretty good this year, and I think that's going to allow us to. I think our budget is going to probably increase here next season. I think, we'll see. I could be completely, oh no. Okay, it's only 2 weeks. All right, and it's just a hamstring injury. I got concerned that it was like I couldn't remember what kind of injury it was, but we need him in our rotation badly. Gold Glove winners, you can see the AL there. Pause if you want to take a look at it. In the NL, Arenado wins another Gold Glove at third. AL reliever of the year. And in the NL, Junior Fernandez of the Cardinals. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty slow offseason because we don't have any money to do anything in free agency. We'll take a look at the Rule 5, though, obviously, and see if there's anything there. And maybe we'll pause at the winter meetings to see what sorts of trade options are available. That's an option. We can do that, too. As it continues to sim, it just takes forever because I've got every league going like I normally do, but that's just for realism's sake. I like to have every league running. All right, so I think we are now at, it's probably going to stop me at arbitration. And we'll also take a look at the Australian leagues to see if there's anybody there that we can snag. Although they're in the middle of the season, so we may not be able to do it right now. We may have to wait till their season's over with. So Jordan VRs wins the Rookie of the Year. Excellent. So Platinum Stick Award. You can see the American League there. In the National League, no Platinum Stick Award winners. We had 2 of the top 5 in the Rookie of the Year. That's very nice. Charlie Kuhn wins the Cy Young. Cameron Wagoner in the National League. There's Christian Little and Isaiah Jackson. Nippon players, international free agents. Oof. 21 years old. He wouldn't be bad, but again, we don't have any money. So, unless he wants a minor league contract, we can't sign him. All right. I think we are. Let's look. I want to look here because I want to keep an eye on this because if revenue per game goes up right off the bat, then we may get that. We may get that budget bump in January when we hit, or I guess February when we hit the preseason. So what do we need? I mean, our lineup is pretty well set. I mean, this is what we're going to be going to next year with. Carter Jensen, Joseph King as our catchers. Jordan VR is our starting first baseman. Puckett is our starting second baseman. Arenado is our starting third baseman. Marcelo Meyer, our starting shortstop. Lopez will back up at second and short. Stewart will back up at first and third. Cisneros, Large, Germani, and Meadows as our 4 outfielders. I mean, our outfield is our team is basically set. We'll see again. We'll see what's available at the Rule 5. Maybe there'll be somebody there. Pitching is the same way. I mean, we're set with Anglesly, Jackson, Little, Aguirre, and McCade Brown when he's healthy. Yeah, I mean, our team is pretty much set. I don't know what we need. We could stand maybe. I mean, I say we could stand some starting depth, but we have Heinrich, Hauser, Shoemaker all in our bullpen as potential starters. So we don't need to do a lot in free agency. So let's just sim ahead. Let's just get up to. I'm gonna get up to the Rule 5. I'll pause offline and I'll take a look at the winter meetings and see if there's anything of interest there. But usually it's players that they're trying to get bad contracts off the books. So I'll pause and I'll take a look. I don't suspect there'll be anything there, but when we come back, it should be Rule 5 time. Hang tight. All right, it's Rule 5 time. Yeah, and this is what I was hoping for, that we would see a bump in season tickets, average attendance, and revenue per game. Now, that obviously will change and fluctuate depending on how poorly or well we play, but I think it's a good start, if nothing else. We didn't sign anybody, again, because there's no money. The trade block had a couple of intriguing names on there, but, batter's nothing we could afford, really, at all. There were a couple of intriguing pitchers on there, if we wanted to add to the bullpen. But, again, I don't really have the money to be adding $2 million to our payroll, so we just do nothing with it. Let's make sure that we have everybody up. Ferruzza needs to be on the 40-man without a doubt. Gilbert, I think we can probably finally say goodbye to. CJ Boyd's been a disappointment. That was a little disappointing. He's the number 48 prospect, so maybe we can we get anything for him? Because he's behind like 3 players now. I'd like I don't know what I'd like, a prospect of some sort. The Cubs offering a couple of decent players, Kobe Mayo, Nick McLean. Pretty good backup outfielder. He could be a starter. I'm guessing if you make him a starter, his stuff probably drops into the high 60s. That's not a bad option. James Peyton Smith. He's 24. What's his injury history look like? Okay, one major injury and then a couple of minor ones. That one is, he's only 24 years old. Spencer Jones? No. Elijah Green. You guys know how I feel about Elijah Green, but in this particular instance, he's not that good, so we're going to take a pass. All right, so there's some options. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Probably be something I do after the Rule 5. Spend a little more time kind of digging around and seeing if there's something I can do. Josh Farmer. How do you do? Yeah, he's got to stay there. Leighton Morrissey. He was really good. All right, so I don't think we need to put anybody else on the 40-man. So let's get to the Rule 5. We are picking 8th. Let's look at pitching potential first. You can basically tell right off the bat that there's nobody that good here. So let's go over to batters. See if somebody was left unprotected that shouldn't have been. Solano's actually really good. Holcomb in this playthrough, number 99 prospect. But again, remember, if we pick him, he's got to stay on the roster all year. And this version of Braden Holcomb, while looks like he could be okay, we can't keep him on the roster all year. That's not going to do us any good. Raul Solano would be bad as a left hand or against a right hand, against lefties. He's pretty good defensively. I don't know that we'd be able to keep him though. I don't know where we would play him or who we would replace on the roster. So that's kind of the other issue I'm running into here. Do we go with a 5th outfielder? Do we go with another infielder and start with fewer pitchers? That's the alternative, right? So Max Clark isn't bad. I mean, there's some decent players in here. I mean, if we had some definite holes on our roster, I could see this as being a two or three player draft. But as it stands, I don't know that we're gonna make any moves here. Yeah, I mean, as it stands, I don't know that there are any moves to be made. I mean, maybe we could take a run at like a Jaden Melendez, very good defensively, only 24. Let the catchers sort of battle it out. Jonathan Pickett. Or, I could just draft them and trade them, right? I mean, I could play that game. Lion's share. I mean, maybe we take someone like Omar Sanchez and then package him with what's his name in AAA and see if we can get a decent prospect that way. Out of the Royals organization. I think we're gonna, yeah. Oh, I gotta take some people off the 40 man. Okay, who has to come off the 40 man? Maldonado, Halverson, and Council. Because I think I don't know, you call it cheesy, call it whatever you want, but I think we're going to take a couple players off the 40 man here, or take a couple players in the Rule 5 and then try to trade them. And then that first baseman. See what we can do with that. So yeah, and if we can't trade one of them, we're the only team that picked anybody. So yeah, so I'm gonna sim ahead now to, I guess, opening day. I'll keep an eye on our available money, and we'll see what we can do about drafting some of these players and then turning around and trading them. So maybe you consider that cheesy. If you do, let me know, and I won't do it going forward, but. We're at that point here where we need to be better, or we're going to get kind of caught in limbo where, we're not going to be able to re-sign players, and we're just, replacing one player with another. We're not able to keep any of the players that we've developed, as we start to get good. So, yeah. So I'll be back at opening day. Be right back. All right. We are back. We are recording. It is a couple of days before opening day. Stayed relatively healthy. We lost Joseph King for a little bit. He probably wasn't going to make the team anyway, because we did make a couple of minor deals, and I'll show them to you in a second. The big injury, Jack Jasiak, he's out for 3 to 4 months, so we'll get him back middle of the summer sometime. But otherwise, we stayed, even McCade Brown stayed relatively healthy here in spring training. So I guess let's just show. Yeah, I made 2 minor deals, and neither of them were earth-shattering. Basically, it was trading those Rule 5 guys for players that had options left. So now they're in our minor leagues. So let's just go back. So we traded Braden Holcomb, Sal Ibarra, and Charles Batista to Oakland, getting Jaden Melendez and Francis Lopez. So Holcomb looked like a good player. I mean, number 99 prospect in baseball. I just didn't have any room for him. Ibarra, a 1-star catcher, and Batista, a 2-star pitcher with no, and it looks like he's pretty maxed out. And we get Francis Lopez, a 24-year-old reliever who was drafted in the 2nd round back in 2026 by Oakland, and Jaden Melendez, who's not a great hitter, but good very, very good defensively. He's team captain, so he'll be our backup catcher. And then we traded Solano and Omar Sanchez, as well as Sergio Acevedo to the Padres, getting Ed Farrell and Jimmy Crawley. Again, Solano and Sanchez, we drafted with the intent of trading them, and we ended up trading them and got a couple of minor leaguers that are not Rule 5 eligible yet and look to be okay. I mean, Ed Farrell, 24 years old, can play multiple positions pretty well. So, he might be a good utility type guy. Didn't hit all that well in Double-A last year, but we'll start him in High A. Excuse me. And then Jimmy Crawley, who is a bit of a power hitting backup outfielder type, good speed, good defensively, a little bit of pop in his bat. So a couple of players that we can continue to stash in the minor leagues here for a little bit in exchange for a couple players that we would have had to have sent back to their respective teams. So, sorry, tickle in my throat. So all in all, it was another fairly slow offseason, but that was, again, to be expected. So we have 36 players on the roster, 17 pitchers, so we have to send 4 pitchers to the minor leagues. It's not going to be easy because we got a lot of good pitchers on our roster. So Taylor's going to go down, Shoemaker's going to go down because his ratings have cratered. We got to send 2 more down, huh? Brendan Beck, I think will go down. Or not. And we may still send him down either way. Just see if it might make some more sense to send somebody else down. Kalish will go down. Or not. Can Perez go down? He can. All right, so it looks like we're going to have to waive either Brendan Beck or Casey Kalish. And I think it's going to be Kalish because Beck at least has the stamina, and we can use him as a backup starter if we need to. So we got our 5-man rotation: Little, Aguirre, Anglesey, Jackson, and Brown. Our bullpen, I think, is now is the time to make Strader our closer. Cotton Game will remain our setup, and I want to go back and out and come back in and look. So, Strader will be our closer. Choi will be middle relief alongside Andy Cox. Heinrich will be middle. Actually, I forgot about Juan Then. He's healthy now. He is healthy. So, we're going to make Then middle relief, use more often. Beckenhauser and Choi will be long relief. Cotton Game will double as a specialist. Cool. So Then, Cox, Heinrich, middle relief. Beck, Hauser, Choi, long relief. Little, Aguirre, Anglesey, Jackson, and Brown. So we have 32 players, so I think we have to send 6 down. So Boyd, Johnson, Ferruzza, Franklin, Hernandez. We got to cut Franklin. Okay. That's totally okay. Or DFA him, I guess. So I think we have one too many players, right? Yeah, we have 27. I think we need to get to 26, which means we're right back in the same situation we were in last year, where is it Drew Compton or is it Sal Stewart? And I don't know. Because we don't need all 3. Lopez is going to back up at second and short. Oh, the game started him in spring training. I should have corrected that. Meyer will be our starting shortstop. Lopez will be back up at second and short. Stewart is better. Actually, he's not even better offensively. So I think it's Sal Stewart. I think it's actually a pretty easy answer. All right, let's set our lineups. So I think we do the same. We have the same setup we had last year, which is Cisneros leading off. Large in the 2-hole. Puckett as our 3. Viars is our 4. Arenado is our 5. Carter Jensen just got better. How is he against righty? I think Germani is probably the next. Yeah, Germani will bat 6th against lefties. What are we missing? Shortstop and catcher. Okay, so we're going to be lefty heavy in our lineup against righties, which is fine. I mean, I'm totally okay with that. Oh, I forgot we had Josh Farmer was up. Yeah, he's not ready. He's got to go to AAA. So that we can keep Sal Stewart on the big league roster. That's good. Okay. So Meadows is our backup outfielder. We're going to run 4 outfielders. On the infield, Lopez will back up at second, and he will come in as a defensive replacement at second for Puckett. Back up first and third. I don't know. I mean, Stewart can be our backup utility in left and right. Compton is better defensively, and frankly, he's a better hitter right now. So that's going to be our lineup against lefties. Let's copy that in again with the DH. With the designated hitter, we will get Stewart out there as the DH. We'll just sort of shift everybody around a bit. Lopez and Lopez. Actually, let's just do it this way so it fills in the pinch hitters and stuff. Lopez and Lopez at second and short. Meadows backing up at all 3 outfield positions. And against left-handers, we will paste. What are we going to do differently against lefties? So Germani has to come out against lefties because he's just awful. Meadows isn't much better, but I think from a defensive perspective... Okay, so Stewart can play right field against lefties. That's what we're going to do there. I think Lopez will start against lefties. Although Meyer has his ratings against lefties are fine. So I think we're just going to stick with what we have. I think we're just going to just do that. Just add in Stewart in right field. No, we're going to do that, but we are going to get him out there every third game against lefties. Melendez will get some starts against lefties. That's fine. All right, so loyalty's at a 73. Revenue per game is still up. Let's sim ahead to opening day. We'll play opening day, or we'll let the game play opening day, I guess. And then we'll call it an episode. So, I mean, it was another pretty slow episode here. Not a whole lot going on. St. Louis claimed Christian Franklin. That's fine. So we're going to be taking on Arizona on opening day. So I'm excited about it. I mean, we went 21-9 in spring training. I mean, it's spring training, but given what we've done the last few years, I mean, that feels like a good sign. So we'll just sort of see how it goes, I guess. Hopefully next year we have a little bit of money and we can be a little bit more active in free agency and whatnot. And I do want to take a look because I didn't do this before. So they think close to an even record. We have Jim Ferruzza's the number 10 prospect in baseball. Do we still have one of the top minor league systems? Number 3, Ferruzza. Buggins, Sotomayor, Farmer, and Macolino. Josh Macolino. We picked him up in a trade last year. I want to look at Australian. Let's look at all players and see what we see. So Bert Schwer. Purchase him. He looks like a decent player. Somebody had asked me in the chat how I'm able to find these players. I just do this. I just come in here every couple of weeks and I look. And if there's somebody there that looks interesting, I sign them. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But Austin Blythe, I mean, this stuff's all pretty awful. Otherwise, I might make a run at him. Old friend Juan Arredondo is playing in Australia right now. Zglinski? Zglinnicki. Charles Zglinnicki. 23 years old, high adaptability, high work ethic. Sure, you can never have too many. Cool. All right, so we signed a couple of free agents, and that's really all I do. I just go through and I look for players that might have some value and pick them up, and that's it. All right. Anything we have to take a look at before we play opening day? We can look at the preseason predictions. So it has us 92 and 70. Wow. And I'll take it. I certainly will take it. 92 and 70. Puckett's listed to drive in 130 runs. We got Little at 13 and 8. Jackson at 14 and 7. All right. Well, let's play the game. Or let the game play the game, I guess. So they're going with a lefty. So we're going to be starting our lefty lineup. Daniel Jean, 11 and 11, 4.46 a year ago. For us, it'll be Christian Little. So their lineup is Alec Thomas in center field, batting leadoff. Steven Ondina, the shortstop, batting second. Alexander Palma bats third and plays right. Brady House bats fourth and plays third. AJ Vukovic will bat fifth and play first. Stuart Fairchild in left, batting sixth. Hyo-Jun Park bats seventh, plays second. Luis Torrens does the catching for us. It's Cisneros batting leadoff and playing left. Jody Large batting second, playing center. Peyton Puckett batting third, playing second. Jordan Viars cleanup batting fourth. Nolan Arenado bats fifth at third. Sal Stewart will get the start in right field, batting sixth. Carter Jensen does the catching, batting seventh. Marcelo Meyer bats eighth, plays shortstop. And Christian Little, 12 and 13, 3.82 ERA a year ago. So let's get to opening day. Get to the action, as they say. So Alec Thomas leads off. It's a fly ball out to right. Catch is made out there, one away. Steven Ondina grounds it to second, two away. And Palma now. Base hit to left. Two out single for their number 3 hitter. And Brady House also bloops a single to left. So gets the first 2 batters, and the next 2 batters single. There's a strikeout, and the runner will reach first. So the bases are loaded. Fairchild grounds to short, and that retires the side. So they loaded the bases after getting 2 outs, but don't score. So Daniel Jean will face Cisneros. Cisneros is going to hit a gapper out to right center field to get this one started. Cisneros with a lead-off double. Jody Large walks. Wild pitch will send the runners into scoring position. Puckett strikes out. Viars strikes out. And Arenado strikes out. So that stinks. So each team had golden opportunities in the first. Couldn't get it done. Park gives Arizona a 1-0 lead. Home run to right. Torrens hits a fly ball to left, and they go back-to-back. And we're down 2-0. Not the start that, and there's a base hit to the pitcher. So not the start that Little would have wanted here. Out trying to stretch it into a double. There's an infield single. So 6 hits through an inning and a third already. Runner will steal second. Pops it up to right. That's going to get down for a hit. So another hit. 3-0 Arizona. Christian Little getting batted around here by Arizona. Another strikeout swinging, and the runner is down at first again. And there's an error by the first baseman. So this opening day not going well here in Boston. We are down 4-0 in the second. And Christian Little is throwing a crap ton of pitches. And that is the end of the second. So, or end of the top of the second. So they get 4. Stewart grounds out. Jensen strikes out. And Meyer strikes out. So Jean has struck out 5 through 2 innings. Torrens homered last time. Grounds out to second this time. Jean lines out, and Alec Thomas gets on base again. Another base hit. So 8 hits in 2 2/3 innings against our ace. And there's the end of the inning. So we're still, it's a 4-run game. We still got a shot. Just got to get something going. There's a bloop single by Christian Little. Cisneros pops that one to right. Fly out there. Large grounds on the infield. So runner on second, 2 outs for Puckett. And that's not going to get down. So we're down 4-0 after 3. There's another walk. Pop up on the infield. Yeah, Little has not been sharp. There's a walk. There's a strikeout. And there's another walk. So he walks the bases loaded here in the third. Okay, so Little's got to come out of the game after 4. I mean, this is just not a good game. Andy got hurt. VR's with a lead-off double. So, decent start. Arenado walks. Stewart flies out to center. That first inning was a killer. First 2 guys got on base. Couldn't get either of them home. And Jensen hits into a double play. All right, well, we've had some opportunities to crawl back into it, but doesn't look like opening day is meant to be. Maybe this, because we won opening day last year and then proceeded to play pretty lousy the rest of the year. Maybe the opposite will happen here as Undina gets a single. Palma with a single. House with a fly out to left, and Vukovic pops it up on the infield. So, I mean, we're holding them at bay. We just can't get anything going ourselves. Marcelo Meyer leads off with a single. Brendan Beck with a single. So, first 2 runners reach here in the 5th. Cisneros, bases are now loaded for Jody Large. Large flies out to left. Here comes the throw to the plate. He's safe at the plate. Runner goes to third. So it's 4-1 with Puckett coming up. Puckett hits that one out to center. Is that going to be deep enough? I sure hope so. Here comes run number 2. So a couple of sacrifice flies get us within a couple. Tying run comes to the plate. And VR strikes out. So it's 4-2 going to the 6th. There's a ground ball to first. Park grounds to third. Arenado boots it. Torrens strikes out. And Gene grounds to third. So hanging in there. Down 4-2 going to the bottom of the 6th. They bring in Peyton Battenfield. Arenado grounds out. Sal Stewart grounds out, and Carter Jensen with a base hit to right. It's going to be a single or a double. Single to right. Marcelo Meyer draws a walk. Germani with a 3-run pinch hit home run. Boston leads it 5-4. Let's go. Sean Germani. Opening day, 3-run bomb to right. Cisneros now. We now have a 1-run lead. Cisneros draws a walk. Large draws a walk. Puckett hits a high fly ball out to center, but we're going to go to the 7th now with a 1-run lead. Braxton Cottongame will come in. Ground ball to first, 1 away. 2-2 pitch to Undina. That one's hit out to center. Diving catch out in center field. And Palma will strike out. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. We go to the stretch, up by a run. VRs leads off and strikes out. Arenado grounds out. And Stewart. Base hit to right. Should bring up Carter Jensen, right? Yep. Jensen grounds out. So we go to the 8th, up by a run. First pitch to House is I guess 0-2 pitch to House is popped up on the infield. 1 out. Vukovic lines out to the second baseman, and Fairchild strikes out swinging. So 2 shutout innings for Cottongame. Bottom of the 8th. Marcelo Meyer with a infield single. 5-4. I don't even know who hit into that because they didn't give me any names. Cisneros Grounds it on the infield, and we go to the 9th, up by a run. You bring in Mike Strader, the closer. Ground ball to Arenado, gets to that one. Torrens. It's going to be a single to center. 2-2 pitch to Chas McCormick is a 6-4-3 double play. And the Blazers come from 4-0 down to defeat the Diamondbacks 5-4 on opening day. The big hit, obviously, Sean Germani with a 3-run pinch hit home run in the 6th to turn a 4-2 deficit into a 5-4 lead. Other than that, it was not a great game. Our starting pitcher, Christian Little, threw 115 pitches in 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, walked 5, struck out 5. Our bullpen was phenomenal. Beck, 2 shutout innings. Cotton game, 2 shutout innings. Strader got the save. Meyer, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. And we are 1-0. So awesome. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. When we come back next, it will be May 1st. We'll do the May, June, and July episodes. Again, give me your predictions. I said 84 wins last year. I'm going to stick with that. We're going to go 84-78 this season for the Boston Blazers. Let me know how you think we're going to do. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Take care. Bye-bye.